Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome, Outcasts, to this series. This is a new one. This is not going to last very long, because this story is only 27 chapters. Well, it's not even 27 chapters, because 2 author's notes. 3 author's notes, actually. So, it's 24 chapters long. It's not very long. But, this story is called What I Want, and it's called Mimicake in Silence. But before anything, I'm going to show you what the picture of it looks like. So I'm going to move my phone here in just a moment to show you what the picture of the story looks like. And then I'm going to go back to the story and read it. Because the picture of the story has both of the 2 main characters' alters. Human alters, I should say. So we're gonna just grab the phone here. This right here is Gar, and then this is Pat. This is Mimicake's altar, which you'll see in the story, and then this is Pat's, not Pat's, but Silence's altar. So Silence right here, this is him, this is his altar. Mimicake, this dude. Alright? Those are the altars. Now, I will continue on with starting to read the story. Let's get into the story. Alright, the first chapter, Meeting the Babysitter. Pat's mom's point of view. I went to the coffee shop to meet up with a boy I have hired to babysit Pat while I'm in Ireland. I walked in and I saw a boy with brown hair and eyes sitting alone. I walked over to him. Are you Garuku? I asked him. Yes, I am, ma'am. By the way, these guys are in high school. Pat and Gar in this story are in high school. They are high school students. I would mention that. He replied, smiling. I sat down and explained who I was, and that I was meeting him to talk about my son. You can come over to my house. It's big enough for 4 people to live in, as well as 2 guest rooms. He said, okay, I'll tell him. When do you want me to drop him off tomorrow? I asked. 10 a.m. if possible, he replied. I do have to go. I have to go back home and get the house ready. Wade and Sean are going to be leaving for PAX. I'm not going this year, so yeah. He said, standing up. Oh, okay, so I'll see you at 10? I asked. Yep, if possible, he said. He waved by, then walked out. I went back home to tell Pat who his babysitter is. Hope he likes him. Pat's point of view. I was watching my favorite YouTuber, Garuku Blue Moon, play some DBD, that's Dead by Daylight, with Wade and Bob. Pat, come down here, please, my mom said. I paused the video, got up from my bed, and went downstairs. Yes, Mom? I asked politely. I got you a babysitter for while I'm in Ireland, she said. He's a nice guy, and you'll be meeting him tomorrow at 10. She said, okay, Mama, I had said. I then walked back to my room and continued to watch Gar. He is the reason why I'm so happy and upbeat all the time. Gar, I'm going to the store with Sean. We're getting some more food for Dante. I heard someone say in the video. Who was that? It sounded like Gar, but deeper and demonic. I thought, okay, be safe you two and don't get killed, you crazy nuts. Gar said, okay, bye-bye, the other voice said. Then it was just Gar, Wade, and Bob again. Now, I'm going to say this very quickly. Mimicake has his own body. He just is using Gar's body in this story. A couple of times. Not all the time, but just in the very beginning he's using Gar's body. He's just most of the time he likes to be in his own. He's just using Gar's just to get to Pat. Now I'm going to continue on with the story. Gar is my babysitter? Pat's point of view. I was riding in my mom's car going to the babysitter's house. Once we got there, we got out and walked up to the door. We heard a couple dogs bark at the door. Shush, boys, I heard someone say. A man opened the door. I was frozen. Oh, you must be Pat. Nice to meet you. I'm Gar. He said, Hi. Uh, I'm a huge fan of you. I said, stuttering. Well, welcome to my house, Pat. Come in. Play with Dante while I talk to your mom for a bit. He said, letting me in. I went in and I played Dante. My mom and Gar talked outside while I played with Dante. Gar, where's Wade? A voice that sounded like Wade said. A man came down the stairs wearing a red shirt with blue tights. He had blue hair and brown eyes. He looked a lot like Wade, too. It was creepy. He looked at me confused. Who are you, young one? He asked, looking at me. But Pat? I said, sighing. Oh, I heard Gar talking about you yesterday. Well, I had to find my counter, so bye-bye, Pat, he said. Then he walked away and left. Gar came back in, smiling at me. I'll show you to your room. I got to do some recording, so you may do whatever you like around the house, but you may not go to the basement, Wade's room, Bob's room, or Mark's room. He said. I nodded and followed him to the room I'm staying in. By the way, the reason why he's not allowed to go to the basement is, certain demon things based around that. Wade's room, because Sean stays in there with Wade. Bob's room, because Bob's counterpart, Dex, stays in there. And Mark's room, because Dark stays in there with Mark. The style would let you all know that, very quickly. But now we're going to continue on with the rest of the story. Later, now it's a different point of view. It's Gar's point of view. Let me out, Gar, I heard Mimicake say to me. No, you're going to hurt him. I said, I'll hurt you. He said. Sent shivers down my spine, but then all I saw was darkness. He took control of my body and mind. Mimicake's a powerful demon. He is the son of Lucifer, so he's gonna be very powerful. Who are you? Pat's point of view. I was sitting on the couch, and I heard Gar fall. I ran to him, I picked him up, and laid him down on the couch. I saw his eyes change to an emerald green. Well, his hair changed to an emerald green, not eyes. His hair changed to an emerald green. His skin get a little lighter, and he looked a little older. I mean, he's my age, but what's going on? He started waking up, and I looked into his eyes. They weren't the warm brown I remember his eyes being. Well, hello, Pat. How's life going so far? He asked. Who are you? I asked, looking into his mismatched eyes, not saying. Look, I'm going to make a deal with you, he said. What is the deal? I asked, frightened. Now, before I do carry on with this little part, I'm going to fully describe as to what Mimicake is. Because you only got to see, when he says mismatched eyes, it's not like green and blue. No. His eyes are midnight blue and gold. His left eye is midnight blue, and his right is gold. His father is Lucifer. His older brother's name is Michael, and his younger brother is named William. He is the age of 324. In human years, he's only 24 years old. He is a demon and a vampire. And Mimicake is also very gentle, and he's kind, but he can sometimes be rude. He is a punk. He's best friends with Silence, but in the story, he's going to be dating him as well. He's obviously a male. And then you obviously could tell his counterpart is already Gar, because I said in the very beginning of the story. He's able to do demon stuff, vampire stuff. He also likes blood and Stranger Things. He dislikes when his loved ones are being hurt, which just includes Silence. And his nicknames are Mimi and MC. Mimi and MC are his nicknames. Alright, but continuing on with the story. Alright, I asked, frightened. Do as I say, and you won't get hurt. If you don't do what I say, you're getting punished, and I will hurt Gar. He said. He held his hand out to me, mentioning for me to shake it. I hesitated for a moment before I shook it. Thank you for agreeing, pet. Now go to your room. I'll be up there in a minute, he said. I nodded and went to my room. He came up to my room with a knife in his hand. Don't worry, I'm not using this on you, he said, locking the door behind him. I honestly was shaking. The closer he got, the more scared I was. I'm not going to hurt you, he said. He pinned me to the bed and cut his hand. Drink, he said, putting his cut hand close to my mouth. What? I am not drinking I'm not drinking that, I shouted, looking into his mismatched eyes. Now, right before I read this next paragraph, I want to say this. I know I'm stopping a lot, but I want to say this very quickly. So, a story that I read a long time ago, which was a story between Dark and Auntie. It was an Anti-Septiplier ship book. And when Dark met Jack and he wanted to, get Auntie out, he had Jack drink 2 specific types of liquid. One of them was a white liquid, which a lot of people know what that white liquid is. It isn't milk. Now, people call it milk when it comes out of the body. And then the other one was blood. So, thought I would mention that those 2 were the Pacific liquids, but I'm only having Pat here drink one of the Pacific liquids, which is blood. So, but continuing on with the story. He grabbed my collar of my shirt with his other hand and got right in my face. I'm the stronger one here. Listen to me, soon this will all be over, Pat, he whispered, looking at me in the eyes. I shivered a little and nodded. He let go of me and moved his cut hand close to my mouth again. I licked the blood on his hand and swallowed it. It tasted awful. It felt like my mouth was on fire. I saw his hand heal up quickly, and he laid the knife on the bedside table, climbed off of the bed smirking, and smirked. Your job is done. That's all I need you for. Soon he will come out, and once he does, he's going to be mine, he said. My head started hurting after he said that, and I whimpered loudly. He's coming. Here, go to the bathroom and meet your new friend, he said, unlocking the door. He opened the door, and I ran to the bathroom. I looked in the mirror, and I froze. This is chapter 4. What? Pat's point of view. I stared at the person that looked at me in the mirror. He had blood-red wolf ears and hair. His eyes were gold, and his skin was tanned. Now, I will also describe Silence very quickly. The rest of the way, give off a little bit more about him, because I'm only giving off short little things. Silent Moondust. Yes, Silence's last name is Moondust. And here is why. He is the same age as Mimicake. He's 324. His species is a demon, and he's a werewolf. His family, no one knows. Something bad happened to them. That's all he knows. No one knows what his family was like or who his family is. He's quiet, but he's very energetic. He's pippy, I should say. Pippy and happy most of the time. His looks, like I had said, he has blood-red ears and tail with gold eyes and tan skin. He has pink wings with blue tips. The wings are shaped like angel wings. His hair is also red, too. He also has blood-red hair. But his normal style is a nerd or silent type. His best friend, obviously Mimicake. In this story, he's a lover as well. Silence is pansexual, which means no, he would not want to date a pan. He doesn't care about your gender. His gender is male. He often has a tendency to bark at trees when he is mad. This is other info. And then his counterpart is Patrick Static. His powers are demon powers, and he can turn into a wolf. He likes to read his best friend. They are like brothers. In the description, they are like brothers. And the color pink. He really likes the color pink. He hates it when his best friend is sad or hurt. And I didn't do those, like, turn-ons and turn-offs things. But his nicknames are Sci-Fi, Kitty, or Blood Moon, because of his ears and tail looking like, blood. But continuing on, let's just continue on with this. Hello, Pat, he said. You even sounded like me, but more demonic and creepy. Who are you? I asked, looking at the figure in the mirror. Silence. Now, I'm going to meet my creator, he said. Then everything went black. Silence's point of view. I got off the ground and opened the door. I wasn't met with my creator, I was met with Gar. Pat, are you okay? What did he do to... I went quiet and started backing up from me. I stepped closer to him until I saw his eyes start to change to a pair of mismatched eyes. His left was midnight blue, which I had described to you earlier, and his right eye was gold now. His hair became an emerald green, and he smirked. There's my beauty. How does it feel to be alive? He asked, smiling. Amazing. Now what's your name? I asked him. He pinned me against the wall and stared in my eyes. Mimicake, but you can call me Mimi or whatever you want to. He said. He leaned closer to me and I leaned closer to him. He closed his eyes and so did I. Want to kiss me so bad, don't you, sexy? He asked in a seductive tone. Yes, I said, smiling. Then let's kiss. He said. He kissed me and I laid a hand on his chest. He licked my bottom lip, asking for entrance, and I refused. I want to see what he will do. And Smut growled dominantly and grabbed my tail. I gasped and he moved his tongue into my mouth. By the way, this is a making out little session here. It's just a little make-out session. And this is chapter 5. This is still chapter 4. And then we're going to read chapter 5 and chapter 6. And then we're going to stop there. So. Moved mine into his, and we had a fight for dominance, but he won and let go of my tail. My tail wagged against the wall, and my ears were dipped down. He pulled away and wiped his mouth. That was great. Now silence. How about you be a good boy and go lay in Gar's bed? We're going to have some fun, baby boy. He said seductively into my ear. I whimpered because of him walking away. He swayed his hips in a sassy way, and I bet he knew that he was teasing me. I mean, you could hear my whimpers. But I was watching him walk away. I found Gar's room and went in. Then I laid in his bed. Let me have my damn body back, I heard Pat say. So Mimicake come into the room smiling. Silence? I can smell you from here. You need a shower, baby boy. Let's shower together. He said seductively. I got up and we walked to the bathroom together. So instead of them actually, having fun times in the bedroom, they're having fun times in the shower. Shower time. We got Mimicake's point of view. We got to the bathroom, and I hate that we have to give back the bodies before we go to school in 2 days. I watched Silence take his clothes off and Spy. I'm not talking about Pat's. Silence Spy showed more stronger features than Pat's did. It was amazing to look at, but he playfully slapped me to stop me from looking. Come on, get undressed and get in, I said, smiling. I got undressed and I made him speechless. Like something you see? I asked, smirking. He nodded his head and smiled widely at me. We got in the shower and I turned on the warm water. And this is smut, but there's some smut here. He actually took the dominant side and pinned me against the wall with the shower head pouring onto our heads. He started kissing my neck and I moaned loudly. He continued to kiss my neck until I switched us around and pinned him. Then I started kissing his neck, making him moan loudly. My grandpa. This is basically a joke there because instead of saying my God, he says my grandpa because God would basically be his grandfather. So I was making a pun. I loved his moans so much. After a bit, we got out and got dressed. Felt Gar fighting me, and I could see that Pat was fighting Silence. I don't want to lose control now. He said, looking into my Silence said, looking into my eyes. I know. I don't either. But we have to let them take control when they go to school in 2 days, I said. Silence looked down at the ground sadly. I lifted his chin with my index finger and thumb, stared into his golden eyes. Don't be sad, baby. Boy, let's have fun in the bodies while we can. I'm going to get you your own body soon, baby, I said, looking into his eyes. He smiled happily at me, looking at me. Pulled him into a kiss, then quickly pulled away to tease him. Really? He asked. Yep. Now, why don't we go to Pat's room and have some fun? I said, smirking. Please? He asked. Eager are we? I asked, smirking. He blushed but nodded. I picked him up and carried him to Pat's room. I walked in, laid him down on the bed. Then I walked over to the door and locked it. And then this is now hating this. This is the last chapter that I'll be reading for today. And then I'm going to basically, end the video. But let's just continue on. Pat's point of view. This is so annoying. I'm stuck in my own mind, and all I can do is just think about what's going on. Pat, don't be so much of a wimp, Silence said to me. I ignored him and just went on with what I was doing, which was thinking. Gar's point of view. I'm so worried about Pat. I can't even explain how worried I am. Started fighting Mimicake and Pat was fighting Silence. Soon they're going to be too weak to fight us back and we'll be in control again. Don't be so sure about that, Gar. Mimicake said to me. I don't care. I hate you, Mimicake. I should have never made that deal with you. I said, well, Gar, a deal with the devil ends up in death, but a deal with the devil's son will be permanent until he gets what he wants. Mimicake said, wait, is he the son of Lucifer? Yep, your counterpart is the son of Lucifer. He said, that's impossible. Lucifer never fell in love. I said, he did, once. He had my older brother, Michael, me, and my baby brother, William. My mother was named Crystal with a K. He said, I'm just in complete shock right now. I can't believe that my counterpart is the son of Lucifer. That means that he won't leave until he gets Silence's own body. You're very smart, you are, Gar. Said, shut it. Said, well, I'm going to go flex Silence nearby while he's in Pat's. Have fun thinking about that. He said, I growled under my breath at my counterpart, and I hate him so much. Wish he'd go back to hell and never return. I just want Pat to be safe. I hate that he was dragged into this nonsense. Alright, well, the next chapter I'll read in the next one of this. And it isn't too long. These chapters are not going to be too long. They're very slow. They're very short. Because this book in general is not very long. It's like 47 minutes. Because of the author's notes, I'm guessing. I don't know why. But it's very short. And I could literally get this all done in like a day. If I really wanted to. But I don't want to. I want to do these kind of weekly episodes for this as well. Until it's done. I didn't do a new book for it. But let's just say this. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Hopefully you guys are going to have a great day and great time. I love you all. The outcast queen, king, whatever you want to call me, is here for you if you ever need me. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. I love you all. And I'll see you guys later in the next video. Bye-bye.